That hip-hop music started in Bronx still.
But this was where the black space started. And as far as I'm concerned, this is where hip-hop started.
We started this hip-hop back in 1971.
Bronx still was the signature. Let's call it what it is.
There's a lot of origination right here in Bronx Steel Project.
More people, it's more projects on this side, so more people came out.
I know a few understand what I'm talking about. Remember Bronx River, rolling thick with cool DJ Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out on the mix.
This is definitely that official Chuck City Disco King Mario shit right here. If y'all know about Rosedale Park.
Where did hip hop start?
It started here in Rosedale Park, Noble Park they called it.
Breakdancing, DJ. This was the park. This is where all our culture came from. Right here.
That's where we used to do it. Oh yeah, Rosedale Park. Yeah. Where we used to do it, y'all.
At 23 on a Friday night, the boys would come running.
Yeah, Hurt, Bambaataa, all of them. We used to party right here, 123.
But Mario was able to get to school, 123. So when you hear them old tapes, 123 the place to be, that's one of the early venues of hip hop, man, or what it came to be known as hip hop. Right. And Mario was responsible for that.
At 23 on a Friday night, the boys would come running.
70 shit. Got the lean. Shit is leaning. It's to the left. I'm on the cross Bronx with Fat Joe and my man. On the east side of town with a blunt in my hand. Soundview, Monroe, Castle Hill, Bronxdale, Rosedale, Academy, Lafayette, Cozy. I'm
Uptown, every weekend rock. Either 131 or around that block, but anywhere uptown with the young sound masters in Castle Hill.
I gotta back shit up.
Bus, boat, train, bus. And we would go to Soundview. Soundview was the projects we would go to. Most of the time, the block parties were in the park. We called them jams. If you not down, get the fuck from behind the ropes. Back then, it was all about the DJ because when people were going to the jams, it wasn't, yo, MC such and such is rocking over at Bronx River. It was always, yo, DJ Mario, yo, DJ Mario. You know, we may be dancing off one song, and as soon as a break beat come on, like you could be dancing with a female.
And for all those ones that were saying, oh, you were too young, shows you know nothing about hip-hop because the creators of hip-hop were pre-teens.
All right, Phase. All right, so listen, what's the difference? And I might have made a mistake with this too in the past, speaking on video. What's the difference between a block party and a jam?
Most of the time, the block parties were in the park. We called them jams.
We have them getting ready for a block party.
We called them jams.
We have them getting ready for a block party.
We called them jams.
We have them getting ready for a block party. I've been preparing for about 3 days, on and off. And I'm looking for about 300 people. And trying to get my ribs ready now, because ribs is the first thing to be done, you know?
What's the difference between a block party and a jam? Is there a difference?
Yes, there's a big difference. A block party consists of family, younger people, food.
We get ready for a block party. Trying to get my ribs ready now, because ribs is the first thing to be done, you know?
Food,
right?
What do you call it when you meet up? You know what they call it in church when you make congregate and you do
fellowship.
Fellowshipping.
the Savage. I am in the Savage Coast. Those are my people, and the nomads, they're just peace with us. I want to boogie with you.
The prayers. He said for me not to fight today because of the block party. But tomorrow, I'ma fuck fly up. I'm kicking his motherfucking ass.
That's what a block party is. A jam.
We call them jams.
A jam. You come in there strictly to dance. You come in there strictly to hear the music. You come in there strictly to show off your gear. And that's it.
Right.
Okay? You're not getting no food. You're not sitting down. You're not, none of that. We ain't have no chairs at a jam. Block party, you got the old people sitting down. You got some young people sitting down and making a table and all that. We don't got no tables in a jam. We come strictly for that, to see us do the DJing and everything. And so that's another thing. A lot of people talk about that they were there, but were you behind that rope?
And then they would have this rope, like the barricade. That rope, let me tell you something about that rope. All we wanted to ever do was just be on the other side of that rope. If you was on the other side of that rope, you had juice.
Were you on what side of the rope you were on to say you created it? Okay? Right. What side of the rope were you on?
And they used to have this saying, if you not down, get the fuck from behind the rope.
We played jazz records, we played soul music, we even played some blues music. Okay? And so because we were playing these genres, that's when the teenagers and older people were like, that's not a part of the top 10. We never heard that. We never whatever. But then when they see that these records are giving them the dance that they needed to do, then it became, oh, okay, so now, and they took over.
And let's talk about the difference between a jam and a block party. You know, I was, driving to Harlem, and I could see, because Harlem had those famous block parties.
The block parties.
The block parties. Harlem, and I could see, because Harlem had those famous block parties.
The block parties.
The block parties, and listen, I talked to her. Hold on. I talked to her, she's from Harlem, and she was even saying, the block parties was different, and it's easy to do it in Harlem because you just block off one side and block off the other side, and that's for that block. That's right. And it was different because she was saying it wasn't necessarily universal. Like other blocks, they might get an invitation to come through, but it wasn't. It was basically for that block. For that block, and that's what we saying.
I told you.
What you were saying?
I told you. That's what it was. A block party was actually for them, for that block to fellowship and come together for that block. The jam was for us to come out, and the music.
Mario was so strong that everybody from all over could come here and they don't worry. Uptown, downtown, everywhere. It was everywhere, man.
The jam was for us to come out and the music.
Focus was the music.
The focus was the music.
Right.
And so people could
From
come
all
from all over.
Monroe could have beef with Bronx River. Bronx River could have beef with Soundview. Soundview could have beef with Castle Hill. But when you come here, it's a neutral ground. No beef, no fighting.
So people could
From
come
all
from all over
miles around,
to
right.
ride to the jam.
And
all packed. This whole area,
the whole park was packed.
From
double park all the way around the corner. People back there, people over here, people over there. The whole thing was packed.
people from everywhere, right? I mean, Bronxville, Bronx River, Monroe, everywhere.
Uptown, downtown, everywhere. It was everywhere, man.
And what years was this packed?
We're talking 73, 74, 75, 76.
So people could
From
come
all
from
over.
all over
Miles around,
to
right.
ride to the jam.
And the block parties, they might have been preparing food.
For food and sitting down,
and fellowship,
chairs
right,
and
right,
table,
right.
fellowship. That's
Right.
what fellowship
That's
is.
a block party.
So that's a block party.
Right.
So all of those hip hop enthusiasts and stuff that say, oh, it was just a block. They've been doing block parties for all that. That's the difference. That's why you will never understand the creation of hip hop.
Bingo.
You will never understand it because you're so into saying what people say or whatever,
Following
and you
what
don't
everybody
and
else
following the
saying.
leader,
Right.
all right, or whatever. And so, you know, continue to do it, that whatever you do, but just know that no matter what you say, no matter how you say it's not gonna do or whatever, there's nothing that can go over the truth.
Right.
There's nothing that can go over. I don't care what your fantasy thing is or whatever. It can't go over the truth.
Hold on.
And so the truth is the creation of hip hop,
Right.
what they call hip hop now, was created by the youth,
Right.
preferably pre-teen. Okay?
Right.
And that's just no matter how you slice it, no matter how you want to say that this started this or whatever, that's just the bottom line.
Right.
It started, wow, this is my brother.
Okay.
All right, and I have to say on this video, he was rapping way before.
Oh, yeah?
Way before, and I love him to I love you to death. Okay, and these are the ones that raised me.
Most of the time, the block parties were in the park. We call them jams.